Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. Today I thought I'd just sit down and talk about some things that I've loved recently. Got some books, makeup, skincare, lots of stuff to talk about, so I'm gonna get straight into it. First up, I'm gonna talk about skincare. I've got quite a few new products to talk about. My skin has been like the best that it's been in a long time. I'm really good for about 3 weeks now, so it's probably the most consistently good my skin's been. Fingers crossed I've actually found products that really work for it. First up, I've got two products from Tint. This is a brand that I used to see a lot of from people that I follow in America. They've recently launched in the UK, which is really exciting, and they sent me some of their products to try, which is really nice. First up, this is the cleansing oil. I've been using this every single day. It's so nice. It's just like a really lightweight oil. I normally use it to like double cleanse, so I'll take my makeup off first with like a thicker cleanser, and then I use this after. It just removes any leftover makeup from my skin, and it makes my skin feel really soft and nice. I think some cleansers feel a little bit drying, but this one's really hydrating. Their products just feel really like spa-like. They've got that real kind of like high-end luxury feel to them. And yeah, my skin's been reacting really well to them, which is nice. I trust my skin to like only relax when I use like the most expensive shit on it, so that's great. Next one that I really love is the rice polish. So this is like a powder. You kind of open it, you push this and get it out there, and then you just mix a bit of water with it, and it kind of makes like a foamy kind of really gentle exfoliant. It's so nice. I've been using it probably like 3 times a week, just when my skin feels like it needs a little bit of a boost. I don't like to exfoliate my skin too much. I think it gets a little bit sensitive when I do that. A little bit softer like that is perfect. It feels so nice, and I kind of just like massage it in for like 20 seconds, and oh, I just feel so nice. Literally obsessed with these two. I buy quite a lot of higher end skincare, and majority of the time it doesn't really stand out massively to me compared to like cheaper, more affordable skincare. But yeah, these are just amazing. So if you do want to treat yourself and you want that really like luxurious feel, they are amazing. They also work really well. They've really helped my skin, so very impressed with these. Next up, another brand that I've recently become very obsessed with. This is from the Inkey list, and this is the vitamin C. I'm pretty sure this is the one thing that's really sorted my skin out. I posted it on Instagram the other day, and a lot of people were messaging saying they're literally like miracle product. And I'd never tried anything from the Inkey list, but my skin was like scarring quite a lot. I had quite bad skin when I was a bit younger, and it's always scarred like around my cheekbones quite a bit. So I was kind of like researching what I can do about that, and vitamin C was the thing that was coming up all the time. So I was kind of on the hunt for like a good one. They've recently launched this in Boots as well in the UK, so I actually got it in there. And yeah, this was one that was coming up all the time, really affordable. I've been applying this every night. It says you can use it morning or night, but I prefer to use things like this at night. It does feel quite strong. It kind of like smells strong, and it like tastes a little bit strong, you know, like sometimes when you end up kind of tasting it and you're like, ooh, it's potent. I just put it on the areas that I need it, so I kind of like just put it on like my cheekbones and a little bit on my forehead. I've had it where like if I put it like here, it can sting a little bit. I think just where my skin's a little bit more sensitive around there, it feels a little bit too strong for that. Like when products feel strong, because I'm like, I feel like they're doing something, and it really does work. Smells a little bit weird as well, so I think that's why I like to use it in the evening. And just with like the texture of it, I'm not sure how makeup would sit on top of it, so that's why I prefer to do it at night. It's literally helped my skin so much. I feel way more confident with like not wearing makeup. All my kind of scarring and like dark spots around here have almost gone. As you can use it as like a treatment on like stubborn dark spots, so if you have like one, you can kind of just put it on there, you don't have to use it all over. Tried quite a few products from the Inkey list recently, and I really like all of them so far, but this is the one that's just really stood out to me. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a brand that I'm gonna use quite a bit. I love brands like this that are just really clean, straight to the point, very ingredient based. It's kind of like no frills, it just is what it is, and it works, so perfect. Last thing for skincare, this is kind of like a skincare makeup-y product. This is the Glossier Future Dew. So you've probably seen this quite a lot. This is like their kind of cult product. This is amazing. I've had this for quite a while actually, but I've been like recently using it pretty much every day. So I kind of use this as like a primer. I don't really prime like every day unless I'm like going out and I need my makeup to really stay on. But this is just beautiful. On my hand so you can see it. So it's just like this oil kind of serum. And oh my god, it literally makes your skin look amazing. It's that proper like really wet glass look. So yeah, underneath makeup, it just looks amazing. There's products that you can get a lot of uses out of. I've used it before, like when my makeup's done, just kind of like patted it really gently over the top, and it just gives you the most like insane glow. When you're not wearing any makeup and you just put this on, it makes your skin just look amazing. So yeah, I love Glossier. I just think like the packaging as well is just perfect. I think Glossier is just so like aesthetically pleasing. It's so beautiful. But yeah, this is really good. I think we're going to get a lot of use out of this in summer as well. So moving on to makeup, I've got a few products to talk about as well. First up, I've got a new product from New by YSL. This is the Bare Look Tint. I used this maybe like 3 videos back and it is beautiful. This is like a new kind of sister brand to YSL. So it has like a cleaner, more youthful kind of feel to it. The products are a lot more kind of like streamlined. They still have that really high-end feel, but in kind of like a cooler way. It feels like the edgier kind of sister brand. It's a really nice everyday base product. I have like a mixture of like a tinted moisturiser and foundation. I'd say it's probably a fuller coverage tinted moisturiser. Perfect if you don't want to wear like a heavy foundation every day but you need something with a bit of coverage. This is like perfect. It's down really nice, makes your skin look really glowy. It's got like enough coverage but doesn't feel heavy on the skin. So yeah, again, I think this will be perfect for summer. It's like a really nice everyday product. And again, this is a brand that I've really liked so far. Everything I've tried from there has been beautiful. It's really cool to see like high-end, well-known luxury brands kind of branching out a little bit into more kind of like skincare based stuff. And yeah, all the branding for this was like so cool, so I love this. So another sort of skin product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. I've used this like to death. This has nearly run out. I've been wearing this like every single day. I've got it on today. It just gives the most like amazing glow to your skin. It's got this little puffy applicator and you like squeeze it and then I normally use my finger like that and kind of just like pat it on. This is so beautiful, like the perfect highlight. It's not glittery at all. It's got that really nice glass look to it. The colour of this as well, where it's that kind of like champagne-y colour, it just makes your skin look really glowy without looking overly like highlighted. It's like the most beautiful glow to your skin, but it's like a really natural, kind of like glowing from within sort of look, which I love. It's that really glassy, wet look skin. Really like glowy skin products are the best, like they're my favourite. Next up, I've got the Refine Lip Sculpt. I feel like I had to talk about these. I've used these like religiously since they came out. I think it's quite rare now that like a product comes along that really does shock people and is really something different. I feel like every launch they've done, they've all become quite like cult products, which is amazing. So yeah, this is the Lip Sculpt. This is the shade Taupe and I've got this on today. So they're just like these wind up, really creamy lip liners. And at the bottom, they have this clear setting gel. So you put that on over the lip liner and honestly, like they do not move. Honestly, like game-changing product, like insane. I've worn these out for like nights out, when I've been out eating, drinking, and they literally have not moved, which is like insane. So annoying having to like top your lip liner up all the time. I feel like it's the first thing that comes off and I just always feel gross as soon as like my lip products have come off. So these are amazing. This is my favourite colour as well. I think there was like 6 colours, I think. But yeah, Taupe is my favourite. It's just like a really nice brownie nude. Perfect for every day. And yeah, I just love them. I think they're the best thing ever. So last but not least, makeup product. I've got the KVD Tattoo Pencil Liner. So this is a gel pencil version of the liquid tattoo liner. I actually was on the shoot for this, which is really cool. So I've known about this for a long time and can finally use them, which is great. So yeah, this is the black one. This is what I've used today. I've been using it pretty much every time I've done liner. They're just really nice. So this is a kind of a wind up gel pencil, really, really soft, easy to like blend out and work with. I normally just like apply the tiniest bit and just blend it out with a little brush and it just gives like a really soft diffused look. A really nice formula, whether like a gel liner, it doesn't move, you don't get any printing throughout the day, it just doesn't budge. And there's like a bright blue one as well, which I really want to play around with, so I think I'm going to use that in a video soon. But yeah, the black is obviously my go-to and I'm obsessed with this. So next up, I've got 3 books to talk about that I've read recently and really loved. I find it really hard to like whittle down the books that I really love enough to talk about. These are 3 that have really stood out to me recently. So first up, we've got Other People's Clothes. This is by Carla Henkel. This is like one of my favourite books I've ever read. I think I read this in like 2 days. So cool, like the style of it is really cool. So it's set in Berlin, like early 2000s, the golden era, pre-social meds, you know, great time to be alive. It's wild, like I don't even know where to begin explaining this. I think it's one of those books you just have to read. I feel like it kind of covers everything as well. It's about like female friendship, sex, drugs, murder. There's like a bit of everything in it. It's really good, but written in like a really cool way as well, not in like a really kind of like thriller way. It's written in like a really cool, very young way. I kind of had an idea of what I thought this would be. I thought it would be very kind of like, maybe like borderline cliche, but I think even just setting something in Berlin, there's a lot that you can write about, so I thought it would be a little bit more like that. But then every time you think you kind of know what's going on, there's just like another layer to it, which is really cool. So really, really like this. Definitely recommend if you want something to read. The style it's written in is really nice as well, pretty easy to follow. Writing about quite heavy subjects, but in like a really chill, easy way. So yeah, so I've got 2 books by Colleen Hoover. These obviously have gone crazy, these books. I had never really got around to reading them just because I had loads of other stuff to read and I was like, oh, I'll do it at some point. There's that fear when things have been hyped up so much that it's just not going to live up to anything. But these actually really do. and I'm very happy about that. They are just like crazy. I read this one first, so I'm going to start with that. This is It Ends With Us. You've probably seen this quite a lot. Really, really beautiful. A lot heavier than I was expecting it to be. Touches on like a lot about abuse and kind of like reclaiming control and like breaking habits and stuff, which I think was really interesting. So it was slow to get into, and when you actually read it all, you realise that like the build up was really important. At first I was like, oh, I don't know, is this just like a really cliche kind of romance thing? It felt a little bit predictable at first. The subjects that are touched on are so heavy and so intense that I think it does need that build up to kind of explain why everything's happening and stuff. So, and yeah, I actually really liked the ending of this. I was a little bit, it's kind of one of them, you don't really know which way it's going to go towards the end, and then yeah, I really, really loved the ending of this. So yeah, it's definitely really powerful, really beautifully written, and I really love that. So yeah, I read this one first, and then everyone was like, you need to read this. So both of these I read in like 2 days. They are really like gripping, which is nice. I feel like I haven't had that for a long time with a book. That's when I know I really love a book, and I had that with all 3 of these, that like you literally just want to get home and read it. So yeah, I had that with this as well. This is like wild. Reading it after It Ends With Us, I was kind of expecting like a similar thing, very different, which I'm really happy about. I think with her style of writing, she tattooed somebody the other day and we ended up talking about books and stuff, and she said she was reading Ugly Love by her at the moment, and she said it's kind of a little bit cliche, and I do think her style in general has that, but because she mixes it with such like intense subjects. She with Verity, like it's got a lot of thriller to it, so I think that sort of cliche style is fine because it has that with it. But there are a lot of similarities between these books, which is cool. That's obviously like just her style is to write about kind of like relationships, a lot of tension. It seems to be very like relationships that shouldn't be happening, a lot of that kind of like sexual tension between people. But then yeah, where she mixes it with either like really heavy subjects or like thriller kind of style, it really worked with these 2 books. But yeah, I can imagine if it doesn't have that, it would be very like samey and kind of a little bit predictable. But yeah, I feel like these 2 definitely didn't have that, so these are like the perfect ones. I kind of wanted to read everything she's read, but now I'm like, oh, I don't know whether I'm better to just leave it at these 2 because I really loved them. Yeah, back to Verity, this is just like insane. Very rarely feel kind of like actually freaked out by a book. I don't really read a lot of like thriller stuff, so that's probably why, but this was actually creepy. Like there's bits of it that I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what, you know, like when you finish something and you just put it down, just like sitting there looking at the ceiling, like, I still don't know how I feel about the ending. It's kind of weird. The ending is so open and it's just like everything's very unanswered, which I kind of love, but also is annoying. But yeah, this was crazy, very different. I think I probably slightly prefer this just because I think like the messages in it were a little bit more powerful. But yeah, again, they're very different books, which I think is cool, when a writer can kind of stick to that style but do something very different. So yeah, if you are looking for something that's kind of like easy to read, very gripping, either of these are amazing. So I think that's everything. Every time I film one of these, when I'm editing it, I see something else that I should have mentioned. I'm like, oh fuck, but I think that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here as always. All the products that I have spoken about will be linked down below. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you are, whatever you're doing, and I will see you all very soon. Love you.